Shavkat Rakhmonov. That man gives me chills.
Shavkat Rakhmonov is blazing towards the UFC welterweight title.
And he's not really. Third and final round.
Leaving behind a trail of highlight reel finishes for anyone's liking.
It's the experience of
nice
being
body shot.
Oh,
that hurt his liver.
As he gears up to pull ahead in the contenders race, it's time to revisit Nomad's spectacular knockouts and perfectly executed submissions. Don your wolf hat.
He's on it. He's on it.
Following his childhood dream of becoming a professional prize fighter, Shavkat wrestled throughout school before moving to Kazakhstan and delving into boxing and combat sambo. While working part-time as a loader, he decided to blend his skills together and focused on mixed martial arts at the age of 18. Rakhmonov's debut took place in 2014 in Russia's Premier League M1, getting his feet wet standing. The opponent, Adam Tsurov, initiated the grappling first, finding himself in a guillotine choke repeatedly. Shavkat countered another throw by latching onto an armbar.
He's going to work it. He's going to work the arm.
And transitioning to a triangle.
Work for the triangle. He's got a triangle instead. Shavkat. And he's got him. He taps. That was one opportunity he got.
The level of sambo expertise was acknowledged by Khabib's father, Abdulmanap, and the confident victory set the tone for Nomad's pro career. A month later, Rakhmonov made his fans worry. The sturdy Brazilian Marcos Vinicius got going smoothly, but soon ended up under the paver. Establishing a dominant position on the floor, Shavkat forced the referee to intervene. A successful takedown also marked the introduction for the stocky Bartosz Hurek.
Gets taken down by the...
However, the plot repeated itself. Rakhmonov reversed the tide, fended off the foot fetishist's heel hooks.
Oh, great work.
Yeah, that's it.
On the backside.
And turned the switch off with ground and pound.
Right into the arm finish direct.
Wow, hard shot.
Oh, he doesn't like it. He's gone down.
This could be over quickly
it's
here.
Over. It's over.
It's
He's
over.
gone.
He's out. Wow.
Wow.
Seeking revenge for a fellow countryman, the 5'2" Michal Vincek stepped up to the task. A French weapon with a Kazakh flavor nearly cost the foreigner his head.
Give up. Throw up the ball.
The tight guillotine secured Shavkat's quickest career win. In April 2016, Rakhmonov faced compatriot Adil Baranbayev. After an evening battle in the clinch, Shavkat unleashed a spinning attack. In the second round, the legs continued to fly, forcing the foe to change levels and lose control in the process. Executing a textbook butterfly sweep, Rakhmonov passed guard instantly and cut off the oxygen with a choke. A month later, he returned to the M1 ring to greet Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Marcelo Brito. Shavkat immediately seized the initiative with boxing combinations.
This person's
Oh, big right hand!
Oh.
Nice stroll.
Marcelo was eating the offerings to the head,
Oh, that's a if you guys haven't...
yet his torso proved fragile.
It's the experience of being
Nice body shot.
amateur.
Oh, that hurt his liver. That hurt his liver. It's over.
Wow.
It was a liver punch.
The liver punch put him on the canvas.
That is incredible. Look at the pain.
Next, Nomad headed to South Korea for rendezvous with a local prospect, Junyoung Park. The Iron Turtle was a relative MMA novice back then, but it's worth noting that he's currently on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC, including 3 rear naked choke finishes. Undistracted by the eye-catching environment, Rakhmonov pulled off a whizzer kick,
오, 이번엔
threatened with submissions from guard,
빠져나왔습니다. 다시 한번.
but was unable to seal the deal in the opening round. In the second, Shavkat won a mid-range trade,
자, 오른손 강타까지 앞면으로 이어갑니다. 다시 한번 원투. 밀어붙이는 박준영.
tripped the adversary from the clinch,
중앙으로 나오면서
and locked on to a deadly grip.
뒤쪽에서 초크 들어갔습니다. 라크모노프의 왼손이 지금 깊숙하게 목 쪽으로 들어갔. 템 나왔네요.
So going in round number 1.
Livan Solodovnik, on a roll of 5 straight, became no exception.
3 times. Very high in mount and achieved by
Go
Rakhmonov.
for the arm, now triangle.
And couldn't survive against Rakhmonov on the ground.
Fighter.
There's a tight angle. Look at the
That's
hip
better,
position.
that's better.
The tap.
There we go.
Boasting a record of 8-0, in May 2018, Shavkat headlined an event for the first time. The dance partner was Faridun Adilov, a promising prospect who hadn't tasted defeat in his last 7 outings. The athletes engaged in tit-for-tat exchanges from the jump, with Adilov getting sat down in one of them. Early into the second, Nomad conceded a takedown, but won the episode with a dangerous Kimura attempt. The counterpart sought revenge in the stand-up, and found it. A haymaker overhand landed square on the chin, and for the first time in Shavkat's career, it was all about survival. He couldn't stand up during the break, having to crawl into his corner.
Step back.
Nevertheless, Nomad not only managed to stay in the saddle, but also launched a ferocious blitz. Rakhmonov mustered the strength for a high-amplitude throw, and the exhausted Adilov succumbed to ground and pound. Receiving a well-deserved pop from the audience, Shavkat let the emotions out and proudly wore his first championship belt. Having successfully defended the title, Rakhmonov claimed the vacant M1 strap, brutalizing Danila Prikaz on the mat.
Big shot. Oh, he's got him. He's done him. Oh, he seemed to stiffen up there. He's out. He's out. Oh, that was some solid ground and pound here.
Before signing with the UFC, Shavkat had to defend the throne once more. In June of 2019, he locked horns with the 28-6 Thiago Virajao. The champion delivered a spinning kick to the body, and then went up top.
Just lapped off by the Serda.
Oh, he's gone. His legs have gone.
Badly wobbled, the Brazilian slipped out of the guillotine,
Can he defend it? He falls.
but there was no escaping Rakhmonov's right hand of stone.
He starts dipping ground and pound, starts
Oh, he was out. He was out. He was out.
In October 2020, the Kazakh warrior finally crashed the biggest of stages. In the opposite corner stood the veteran, Alex Oliveira, who stepped in on short notice and exceeded the contracted weight limit. Oliveira's right hand welcomed the newcomer to the show.
Oh my goodness, already a big darting right hand by Oliveira.
Yep, a stick.
Rakhmonov didn't appreciate such hospitality
Toyo tire.
and unleashed a barrage against the fence.
Oh, and a big knee to the body from Rakhmonov.
Seizing the moment in the clinch, Shavkat expertly lassoed the Brazilian cowboy.
Oh, guillotine.
Rakhmonov. Remember the name, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
The 13th consecutive victory and the 6th submission for the prospect from Kazakhstan. In less than a round, he proved ready to both duke it out standing and risk positions in pursuit of a finish on the floor.
Remember the name, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
A memorable UFC debut if we ever saw one. In June 2021, Rakhmonov once again shared the octagon with a Brazilian vet. Michel Prazeres compensated for his dwarf stature with frightening power.
Takes a big left from Prazeres. Oh, big right!
And had recently been on an 8-fight win streak in the UFC. As comical as the size disparity might have looked, Prazeres' explosions posed a real threat.
You can get there fast.
He initiated the clinch, though he underestimated Nomad's wrestling skill.
Nice takedown.
Oh, yeah, nice takedown.
Prazeres managed to get up,
That right hand got through.
ending the round with a takedown stat of 0.
Battle of the big men is next, right here on ESPN+. Back to the ground they go.
Infected with Rafael Fiziev's energy in the corner, Rakhmonov pulled off his teammate's trademark move,
That he's not really. Oh!
added a knee,
Prazeres didn't like the. Oh!
sprinkled some signature ground and pound,
Slick
Oh,
out there.
Nasty.
another one. Oh, Rakhmonov trying to close the show here.
and snatched the neck.
Prazeres is. Oh, my.
There's the tap. Wow. Shavkat Rakhmonov still undefeated.
Shavkat became the first guy to dispose of the Brazilian powerhouse inside the distance. The UFC matchmaker said, "Enough with the old guard. It's time to face another prospect." Like Shavkat, Carlston Harris boasted 2 victories in the Ultimate promotion.
Kazanganai backing up now, throwing shots himself. Harris trying to get this point clock.
Rakhmonov fired a back kick to the liver, and in keeping with tradition, lunged in with a knee.
Oh, Rakhmonov sensing the moment here.
Harris took a ride on the Kazakh carousel,
That's a good deep.
tried out the other thrill rides,
Oh! Look at that. That's nice.
Rakhmonov right into top half.
but it was the wheel kick that truly left his head spinning.
Oh! Spin kick sets him.
Harris.
That's gonna do it. Another one. Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Sending the opponent crashing down and methodically pounding him into the canvas, Shavkat burst into the top 15 with a performance of the night.
I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands above my head.
The gates to the division's top 10 were guarded by Neil Magny. The lanky American holds the UFC record for the most wins at welterweight. Has been with the promotion since 2013 and derailed many up-and-comers in that time.
Oh, he's in trouble. It is all over.
Leading up to the bout, Magny predicted the same fate for Shavkat. In reality, his kicks posed no considerable danger,
Neil Magny.
and he was forced to play an anvil early.
It's used the reach advantage, but still that has been negated. Oh, nice body work.
Head from
Grit combined with experience allowed him to fire back with up kicks
forces some space, and the up kick has
and entangle Nomad on the mat until the bell rang.
Listen, Rakhmonov can stand there looking all casual as he likes.
Following a brief jab exchange in the second,
ESPN Plus main card gets rolling at 9 Eastern.
Rakhmonov launched a torpedo
Neil needs to abandon that move. Nice
and tripped Magny down by the fence. Unlike previous enemies, Neil actually tried to wiggle out,
Magny. Shots here from Rakhmonov.
but found himself deep in the guillotine.
Shavkat still yet to go to a third round in the octagon.
Nomad methodically mauled the experienced grappler and forced a tap with 3 seconds left in the round. The patented guillotine, his second in the UFC and third overall, paved the way to the top 10. Shavkat not only secured a ticket to the upper echelon, but also conquered the only female UFC commentator, Laura Sanko.
Shavkat Rakhmonov. That man gives me chills.
The tenor in your voice changed. It did.
I've never interviewed him. I've never spoken to him. But I
can see the goosebumps right
I
here.
feel like I would get nervous.
But you want to.
Let's look back at this clip, guys.
I am mostly infatuated with his fighting. He is 16-0 with a perfect split of 8 knockouts and 8 submissions. If that's not sexy, I don't know what
That hat
is.
really does, like, it highlights your eyes.
It does.
And yeah, he's a handsome man. And look, he's mysterious looking.
Yeah,
he's got these pouty lips.
What are you looking at, Helly?
With 4 consecutive stoppages in the promotion, the Kazakh Heartbreaker earned a spot on a pay-per-view main card, headlined by John Jones. The antagonist was the heavy-hitting Jeff Neal. Hands of Steel had proved worthy of his nickname.
How is Luque
And occupied the number 7 spot in the welterweight rankings. All while working as a waiter at a restaurant. Jeff was irked by being the underdog, and tension was palpable between the opposing teams.
You think Shavkat beat me? You beat me? You beat me? No? Shut the fuck up.
On the day of the weigh-ins, the American showed up 4 pounds overweight, but Rakhmonov went on with the fight.
And here we go.
As expected, Neal trusted his hefty fists.
Normally you try to find a place where someone doesn't have the advantage.
Shavkat mastered the adjustment with sidestepping.
Right.
Oh, big connect.
Tested the 1-2.
Putting and showing him that.
Ate a snappy body kick.
You're gonna step on it to see it. Look at.
And put his legs into action.
Knee to the body.
Once the mouthpiece was back on, he upped the aggression.
Officiating assistant.
Evaded a missile.
Rakhmonov is super aggressive too.
And charged forward to bank the ending.
Right hand there, and an elbow, beautiful knee to the body. Jeff Neal got stunned.
Clip in round 1.
Oh, beautiful left hand.
Neal was hip to it though.
Oh yeah, Neal got hurt by that jab.
He stunned him.
The athlete started swinging once the second round began.
Plus, and now on ESPN2 at midnight Eastern.
Neal targeted the midsection,
Told him to stop chunking.
while eating knees and kicks himself.
A lot of body work by Rakhmonov, and then he lands a kick. I mean, Jeff is eating, and then he goes up high. When Jeff,
Rakhmonov lost some respect for the enemy's power and got his bell rung.
the way he's moving around. Oh, good combo by Jeff Neal. Oh, good left hand.
It didn't dissuade him from coming in with vicious elbows,
Oh, I think Neal's taking a lot.
although Neal reminded that he was still in it.
I mean, he is just
Oh,
good
nice right
shots.
hand.
Good shots by Jeff Neal. There's
Tensions escalated in the last stretch.
head kicks. Knee to the body.
The wheel kick didn't take long to arrive. However, Shavkat invested too much trust into the right uppercut.
Combination for Neal.
By punishing a reckless assault, Jeff exposed Nomad to danger for the first time in his UFC tenure.
Combination for Neal.
Rakhmonov regained composure in the clinch and returned to the basics. Long distance jab, 1-2s,
Certainly been tested
and a straight right down the pipe.
here in this third and final round.
Speaking of which,
The wobbled waiter wasn't leaving without a tip.
Neal returns fire.
Absorbed consecutive elbows
Nasty shot.
and a knee,
Been stalling a little bit earlier, not now.
but ultimately didn't make it to the bell fully conscious.
Oh, he's choking, he's choking, he's choking.
Ooh.
Oh, he's choking.
He's on it. He's on it.
I think he tapped for the overhand. He did. 17 up.
Put him to sleep.
17 down. Shavkat Rakhmonov.
A high-voltage thriller with a couple of plot twists. Fit into 3 rounds of action. Shavkat added a 5th scalp to his UFC record, earned the Performance of the Night bonus, and joined the title race. Laura Sanko also realized her dream, getting the opportunity to interview her crush.
I am here with Shavkat Rakhmonov, who is now 17-0, still undefeated, still 100% finish rate. What is your reaction to your performance tonight?
Я очень сильно рад. Соперник был очень хороший, очень крепкий, можно сказать. Ну, мне удалось финишировать, я очень рад.
And lastly, what does it mean to you to represent Kazakhstan on this stage? I mean, I think we're going to be seeing more and more of these in the crowd every time you fight, more and more hats in the crowd.
Конечно, это честь за меня Казахстан представлять, потому что я сам казах. Выступая в таких мировых аренах, представляю свою страну достойно, думаю.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Throughout his MMA career, Rakhmonov has never allowed a single foe to hear the judge's verdict.
Oh my God!
He can catch you off guard with a spinning attack, or chop your head off French Revolution style. A full package from the new generation. Perhaps it's Nomad, who's destined to bring the UFC belt to Kazakhstan.
Here in the third and final round. He's on it.
If you enjoyed the video and want to see more hot prospects, wheel kick the like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.
Thank you, sir. I always wanted one of these.